Good morning. Well, we had some pretty fierce storms last night. I'd say it was approaching darkness. The sun was approaching sunset, and then all of a sudden it just got dark. Not like the sun setting, just like dark. And then I heard the wind blowing up above. The shelter itself was in sort of a canyon, for lack of a better description. There was a creek flowing by it, and that's what you heard in my video last night when I was in my tent. So I could hear all of this wind blowing up there, and then the rain came, and the thunder and the lightning, and it is really scary to be in a tent in a thunderstorm. I just kept waiting for some tree to blow down because I see so many blowdowns on the trail and off to the side. And coincidentally, Bud was I'd been texting him, and he was under a tornado warning. 'Tis the season in northwest Arkansas for tornadoes. We're blessed in that we live in a hollow, so as of yet we've not gotten hit. There were some trees taken down on our upper property once by a tornado, and our neighbors who lived at a higher elevation had some damage, but so far the tornadoes have passed us by. Anyway, that was pretty exciting. That was the first time this hike that I have been in a thunderstorm with thunder and lightning rather than just rain. But I made it through okay. Woke up at about 3 and couldn't go back to sleep. I've been worrying about a lot of things. Some of them unrelated to the trail. So I've got about 5 miles into Waynesboro, or the cutoff for Waynesboro. I don't know how far Waynesboro is off the trail. It's either 3 or 5 miles. But I've got about 5 miles to Rockfish Gap, where I will be picked up. And a good chunk of my hike today will be uphill. But I had a good breakfast. It was apple oatmeal, and it looked like one of my smaller packets. I always save the lightest for the last. But I had an extra cinnamon and raisin oatmeal, which is not my favorite, so I dumped part of that in there since it was extra. And so I feel fortified for my 5-mile hike into Rockfish Gap. I am so looking forward to this town stay. And if I'm honest, and I think I mentioned this, that I can't pick up my package today, so I'm gonna zero tomorrow, pick up my package. Bud is sending my Copper Spur 2 in this mail drop, and I will have to send this tent that I'm using now back, and it will have to be dried off first. So I think it has worked well that I have to take a zero. And, you know, I hate to say it, but I feel like I need it. I'm very worried about that. I just feel so tired, and I don't know why. So I probably will not do a video on my zero, but that doesn't mean that I won't come back. So I might film a little bit after I get to the hostel, and maybe I'll film on my zero, I don't know. But my main priority will be getting the videos uploaded. So until next time, This is Rebound, signing out. I forgot to say, I got into camp pretty early yesterday, and I went ahead and ate my dinner, as I usually do, just because I want to get it over with. I want to get that bear bag hung, and I want to get in my tent, start editing my videos, and read if I have time. Schnock came over and chatted with me for probably about an hour. I thought that was so nice. Can't remember if I've mentioned it or not, but she has seen at least my announcement video. She remembers so much about it, about my house and the chickens. And anyway, we had a nice afternoon talking and getting to know one another, and she is staying with a relative in Waynesboro, and I think she wants to slack pack through Shenandoah's, so I may or may not see her, but that's sort of the beauty of the trail. You never know who you're going to meet, how long the interaction is going to be, or whether you'll see them on down the trail later. I remember a guy I met hiking up from Amicalola Lodge to Springer Mountain. I met him there. I think I had lunch at the shelter after the Springer Mountain shelter. And the next time I saw him, it was probably well into the northern states. Probably New York maybe, or early Connecticut. Anyway, the trail is funny like that. You never know when someone is going to pop up again that you haven't seen in a while. Gotta tell you that we hikers out here fall a lot. And every time I fall and I've not broken anything, I always say a quick prayer of thanks to the Lord that I am okay, because there are so many falls out here that take people off the trail. Mishnock was telling me yesterday afternoon that she heard about a hiker named Coffee who that day had fallen, and she busted her poor front teeth. Oh, it hurts for me to even think about that. And she had to hike out. Mishnock said when she came by the shelter, I was away from the shelter tenting, but when Coffee came by the shelter, she had her pieces of her teeth in her pocket, and thankfully they've got some kind of insurance or benefit that it's going to pay for it, because that would have been a very expensive fix. Dental work is expensive. Anyway, this is also why I am so grateful that I have so many people praying for me, simply for my safety. Someone made a comment once, something to the effect of, yeah, we'll pray for you to make it to the end of the trail when there are people in the Ukraine, or no, not Ukraine, in Palestine who are dying. That's not what it's about. I don't know what God's plan is, and I'm out here for His plan, no matter what that is. That might be not finishing the trail. I want to finish the trail, and I think I am going to finish the trail, but my will is not my own. I have given everything over to the Lord. Doesn't mean that I don't sometimes take it back, because it's difficult, because the me and the I in us is so strong. But I know that ultimately His will for me is for my best, especially eternally, and I don't know what's down the road ahead. So you might want to, if you're a praying person, keep Coffee in your prayers. I can't even imagine what she must be feeling right now. I asked Mishnak if she was in pain, and she said, well, no. She said she wasn't in any pain. You know, she expected some sensitivity in her teeth because I guess the roots were exposed. But I was thinking, if she smashed her mouth, surely she smashed her lips or her face. But Mishnak said she was not in pain, and she must have been doing fairly okay to be showing everybody her broken teeth. Oh, I just feel so bad for her. So anyway, this trail is not without its dangers. Doesn't matter how careful you are, you can still slip and fall. When I was gathering water the other day, I slipped and fell, and I smashed my 2 fingers. I got a little place in my nail there, and could have easily broken those fingers. I fall so often. I was crossing what looked like to be a wet weather spring that was really flowing since it had rained, and I slipped off a rock, but I didn't fall. And so that's what prompted this section of the video. I was just thanking God that I did not fall. Hello, Rebound here. I am at Stanimals when Bud made the reservation. The only thing they had left was a room in another building, and I took it, and it was so quiet that I decided to keep the room for my 0. And today is my 0, and I've had a very restful stay. Today I went and picked up my mail drop and brought it back, and I also mailed back some things, including my Nemo tent, and my copper spur 2 was in my mail drop, and I also got some new shoes. So I've been trying to eat while I've been here, and to try to get some nutrition, and I've been working on videos. I've had a lot of trouble uploading videos today, and tomorrow I will get back onto the trail. I will be entering the Shenandoah National Park, and that's typically an area that most hikers look forward to because there are waysides where you can stop and get a blackberry milkshake and hamburgers. But I gotta tell you, every single time I've ever stopped by a wayside in 2016 and 2018, their milkshake machine was broken. So I've never had one of their famous blackberry milkshakes. So anyway, I do feel a bit rested, and I'm looking forward to getting back on the trail tomorrow. And I will keep you posted. Until next time, this is Rebound signing out.